Bonjour à tous, bonjour à tous. Encore c'est moi. It's me again. Hello everyone, good evening. So, New Year's Eve in French. Fête de fin d'année. Fête de fin d'année. Temps des fêtes. Saint Sylvestre. Saint Sylvestre. Le réveillon de la Saint Sylvestre. Le réveillon du Nouvel An. Le réveillon du Nouvel An. So, fête de fin d'année literally means end of the year celebrations. So, fête means festivals, as in noun. So, if you can say la fête, it's a singular festival because here we put the S in the fête, but we don't pronounce S at the end, and most of the time S in French, even in the middle, sometimes we don't pronounce it. So fête means festivals as in noun. Fêter means verb to celebrate. So we have already seen de means it's a preposition of or from. So en français, in French, we could say préposition. So almost same thing, almost similar in English as well, preposition, right? So a little bit of difference in the pronunciation. In English we say preposition, in French is préposition. So most of the verbs ending in I-O-N or similar in French as well. So it's a kind of tip for you. So it will be able to learn much quickly. So for example, réservation. Je voudrais en réservation. I would like a reservation. Je voudrais réserver. Like I would like to reserve. So reservation is a réservation. And then to reserve is a réserver. So similar, right? We're going to see soon all those similarities and differences with French and English. So it would help you to learn much faster. Okay, so fêter, fête, to celebrate as in verb. Du, so preposition. Fin, like a fin, yeah? Like a finish. In English we say finish. It's like en français means in French. Fin, fin. Like the in is un, fin. So end. Année is year. So fête is feminine. That's why we put here année. Année is feminine. Like feminine noun. Un is a nouvel an. So it's two different ways we could use it. Like kind of bonjour is bon, B-O-N-N, bonjour, because jour is masculine. So we're supposed to be using bon. But have a good day, we say bonne journée, because journée is feminine. So that in this case, we're supposed to be using B-O-N-N-E, bon. We're going to see all of these things slowly, yeah? So I don't want to rush everything in one go. So that's why we hear the année as a feminine, because the fête is a feminine, la fête. So that's why we're supposed to be using année. Okay, so year. So you can understand our fête, like a festival or to celebrate the end of the year. Fête de fin d'année. Fête de fin d'année. In Canadian French, français canadien, especially in Quebec, temps de fête. So it's a time for celebration or time of celebration, something like that, or celebration times. Yeah, so they could say temps de celebration. In French, you could say célébration as well. So in France, New Year's Eve is also called Saint Sylvestre. So Saint Sylvestre actually is the saint, yeah. So we say Saint of England, St. George's, and St. Patrick is Saint of Ireland, and so on we say. So that's the saint, but the pronunciation is different. So pronunciation is what makes two languages, English and French, is so different. Yeah, saint. It's like in English saint, in French is saint. And then I'm sure there's a name in English as well, Sylvester. Sylvester, yes, we do. Um, but here en français, in French, Sylvestre, Sylvestre, not Sylvester, Sylvestre, Saint Sylvestre. So ou, like ou means or. So last time I remember we put ou with the accent grave on top of the u, which means where. Okay, où est les toilettes? Où sont les toilettes? Où est le gare? So there, if you see, so that's why in French the accent symbols are used. Whenever we put the accent symbols, it means, although it pronounces the same thing, but it does mean a different meaning. So here, ou means or. But in French, if you say or, which means gold, yeah, it's a different word. So I do not want to confuse. We can slowly make sure. So the other thing that I do not want anyone to, like memorize any of those things. We need to enjoy the language and make it part of a memory. So just keep listening to it and keep saying out loud. So we need to say it out loud. Then only it will all become part of our memory. So again, the research says about 7 times we need to see anything new words in 7 different ways. Like, for examples, you all know all of these things. So if you're doing an exercise, probably you can do it one in fill in the blanks, one match the following, and one like what do you call them, like a quiz or whatever, different 7 different ways. When we see a new word, it registers in our memory well. So we want to make as part of a memory, not to mug up, not to memorize any of those things. Okay, so ou means or. So in France, New Year's Eve is also called Saint Sylvestre ou le réveillon de la Saint Sylvestre, le réveillon du la, le réveillon du la Saint Sylvestre, or le réveillon du Nouvel An. So here you see Nouvel An because réveillon is masculine, so that's why we have to put nouvelle as a masculine. Otherwise, if it is a feminine, we're supposed to be spelling Nouvelle. So that would be, and then année. But here, réveillon, because of the réveillon is a masculine, that's why we have to use the nouvelle as a masculine, and then un as a masculine as well. Le réveillon de Nouvel An. So again, I'm going back to the Saint Sylvestre. So in European calendars, every day is dedicated for one saint, right? I don't remember all the 365 saints. So that's how the 31st of December is dedicated for Sylvester, Saint Sylvester. Well, I'm sure it's the same thing in English as well. So Saint Sylvestre. That's why, so 365 saints, that's why it's called the Saint Sylvestre. Okay, so le réveillon de la Saint Sylvestre. Le réveillon du la Saint Sylvestre. But in one go, you say le réveillon de la Saint Sylvestre. Okay, and then le réveillon de Nouvel An. Nouvel An. Okay, fin d'année, Nouvel An. So I'm just explaining here what does it mean, réveiller. How did we get this one? So in English we say evening, isn't it? So eve. So we cut it short. So le réveil is alarm clock, and then réveil is also waking up. But se réveiller is like waking up. One, it's a reflexive verb. Se, we have to put that one. But here I'm not using the self-reflexive one. So réveil, le réveil. So it's again noun, alarm clock, and then réveil is also waking. So réveillon, so midnight supper after the midnight mass on Christmas Day. Okay, so but that's the same thing being followed for the New Year's Eve as well. So that's why it's called a réveillon, le réveillon. So if you could see the next line for the New Year's Eve as well after that, réveiller. Réveiller is a verb which means to see the new year in. So we are just bringing the new year into our life, right? We are welcoming the new year. That's what it means, right? So réveiller is a verb which means to see the new year in. So Christmas to the New Year celebrations is simply called Fête de Noël in French. So you can also say Fête de Noël. Fête de Noël is a Noël is a Christmas, but it's just beginning from those 12 jours, 12 days. So you can also say Fête de Noël. And then the New Year's Day, we say New Year's Day, which is le jour de l'an. So le jour means the day of the year. So it's actually the first day, the premier jour de l'an as well, you can say. Et voilà, bonne année. So you can also say bonne année for the new year. And then there's another one we learned before. Yeah. So whichever is easier for you, you can use that. Bonne année à tous.